And we are live. Let me do my every video or every show. Can you hear me? Just to make sure, because I never do get it right. Let me know. It's been a busy morning already. It's kind of crazy. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Rhonda. Yep. Okay, good. Perfect. All right. I don't know where my morning went. I looked up and all of a sudden it was like 10:13 and I'm like, goodness, time. Oh, shh, Robert. Robert's been banned upstairs because y'all, everybody in my house is sick but me. And I just didn't want you guys to have to hear him coughing and coughing and coughing. He's going to the doctor. But yesterday we took RJ. He's got sinus and tonsillitis. And then Robert's not feeling any better. So he's going to the doctor today. My other son has had strep and just hasn't been getting better. So 'tis the year, right? 'Tis the season. This last week 80 degrees, this week 20s. Just Good morning, Laura, Gayleen. Oh, here comes Lori. Lori.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know what? I ain't hearing you. I wonder if the problem this morning is me. Let me call Robert, y'all. I ain't hearing nothing. Now I know. We're supposed to have a guest today, y'all. And all morning we couldn't get her
Can
on.
the chat? Can you guys hear me in the chat?
Because I ain't hearing nothing. Robert.
Rhonda, do you hear me?
Here he comes.
Oh, they hear us both. I just can't hear you.
Me.
Well, let me just get on with the show here.
We might have to go to the mic.
Should I start singing so that they know when they're good sound?
Nope, I'm not hearing Lori.
And we know Lori's talking.
Oh, we hear Lori now. Robert. Blame it on Robert.
Dang it, Robert. Unicorn,
so I don't need this, right?
Unicorn, you.
Oh, okay. Technology.
That's what I just said. Welcome to the club, right? We should get our t-shirts.
Every dang week.
Coffee mugs. Let's see here. I gotta finish fixing myself up. So if you were in the middle of something, I'll listen.
No.
Something's going on.
Everybody
Can you hear me now?
Sick, not me.
I don't feel good either of them.
Volume. All right. Yeah, Robert's sick. No, because I'm like, dude, you could be down here. I took pictures of my blow molds. He got them down. There's pictures, but now I need them packed. Then I can get them listed.
You know what I found? Like the best way to ship those bigger items is to buy the large boxes at Home Depot and open them up, lay it flat, and then measure your die and make the box as you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Somebody recommended U-Haul lamp boxes, so I went and bought them.
Those too.
But I don't think some of them need to be in that big of a box. So I have large boxes from what's it called? Walmart. Maybe just that.
My 10:55 alarm. Sit your A down. Wednesday alarm.
Somebody's like, disinfect the mouse. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, let me finish fixing up here.
Uh-oh. But otherwise, you doing okay? Did you guys survive the storm?
We did. I had a big rug hanging outside that I didn't know was slapping against my window when I was on our show last week. And I just kept seeing it. And then all of a sudden I hear boom. And so it took out a little bit of my shelf, but I was able to get out there and clean it up. It wasn't a big deal. Just scared me so loud. It kept hitting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we made it through. We're going to go get on the water today after I get done with this. We're going to go do
What's
some
the
paddle
temperature down
boarding.
there?
90.
Dang, it's 39 here right now.
I'll send you some pictures. Yeah, we're gonna go do some paddle boards and go do some shell hunting. I've been wanting to get to this little place next to Bay Honda, which is a state park, and it's kind of untouched out through there. People don't go. They think they can't, but you can. So I'm gonna go get me some conch shells.
Now, do you sell them or do you collect them?
I just pick them up and collect them. If there's nothing in them, I'll bring them home and put them in my garden. With plants in them.
There's some shells that do well that you can
I gotta
sell.
show you. Yeah, we got these like succulents that grow on trees all over down here, and that's what I find. I find those and put them in the shells. You know, the air plants. That's what they are, air plants. Mm-hmm. Very cool. I bet you I could sell those ding dang things. Those air plants.
Yeah, there's plant sellers on eBay.
So cool. They're so cool. Trading Post Pickers, a little bit of feedback. Is our sound still crummy?
All right, here, Amy, we have a guest today. Amy's going to be on. Let's see if
we can
hear
there,
her finally. Yay! I hear you. It's me all along, not you.
I'm like, what is going on? I did the test thing and it said it was perfect.
No, welcome to our show.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, how are you?
Perfect. Now that I'm getting to talk to you girls on a Wednesday, I'm recovering surgery. I got to go back tomorrow, but I get to at least talk to you girls today because I'm not at work.
Yay.
So there's a positive. You have surgery?
Yeah, I had to have an emergency appendix removal Tuesday night last week.
That just happened to our friend down here. Same thing.
So really stinks because it was my very first surgery ever, and I was definitely not prepared. Even though they said it was a maybe, they did not say it was a definite. And then they said they were admitting me because they were going to check on things. No, and then all of a sudden they came in and like, I'm prepping you for surgery. I'm like, oh, you're what?
Yeah. That's how appendectomies work, right? You got to get it out.
So that's
Rebel, you got feedback.
I got feedback.
Well, Beth,
no one else
hears feedback.
Me or Rebel?
All right.
knows. Yeah. I'm having a hard time hearing because he's making me wear earplugs for the mic, but I'm hearing you guys off the computer. So, because something's not working right.
Do I sound okay?
All right. Well, let me know.
Oh,
okay.
Trading Post Picker says it might be from you, Lori.
Oh.
I got to say that. It's all good. All right. I have nothing to talk about today other than Germany, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But so you guys got anything to talk about? Usually I have something, but today it's like nothing.
I don't have much going on myself. I did get a new, remember when I was telling you guys about the purse holder and stuff, or that phone case I was telling you about that has this, and it has the strap that goes with it and a little bag.
Yeah.
And this is it. It connects right to there. Like so.
MagSafe.
And it's
is that for recording? Would that work for recording?
I don't think so. It's good so that I don't lose my phone. Set it down. But I don't know if it would work as good for recording just because you have to hang it upside down. Let me put it on here and I'll show you.
Oh, true. I find my phone
like I told you, you need to put that GoPro, get yourself some little bib overalls and put it right in the top there.
I know.
In the top pocket.
I know. Robert made me wear the GoPro at the Benz when we went to Nashville. It was so I'm
Okay, here.
self-conscious. But then what's funny is we
So it
walked
just
into
goes like this and hangs over.
Oh, I like that though, because you always need your phone, even if you like for me, even if I'm using the GoPro, I gotta have my phone. So, you know me, I'm a sweatpants girl, so they don't always have pockets to put my
I'm
phone
losing
in.
I hear you.
Oh, no. Maybe I got the wrong earpiece out.
Did you like it?
Any better?
Yeah, no, everything. Here we go. I was losing you. Sorry. But yeah, it does. And it's got
Oh,
a little thing here for
oh,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. And it's not too big or heavy or bulky, and it's soft leather, so it's not terribly uncomfortable. But this is what I was talking about a couple months ago, maybe. And then I found one on Poshmark that was a really great deal for all of those pieces. I bought it.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I got a new phone.
Like that.
Well, I got the new phone, and so I had a whole bunch of these cases, like 3 cases for my old phone. When I got the new phone, I sold all them and been looking for one for the 12, whatever I have. I don't remember. But yeah, it works. I just don't know if it would be good for recording. Upside down.
Right. Yeah.
Good morning, chat.
I gotta figure. When at the Nashville bin, so I felt so self-conscious. But then when we walked into one of the retail stores, there's a big sign on there that says video cameras welcome, just don't tape our workers or customers. So I guess they're getting used to it. I guess
Oh,
it's
that's
not an
nice.
issue. Yeah. But yeah, it was an amazing trip. I have stuff everywhere. I took my Honda
Tell us what you
Pilot.
found.
Ooh, I wish I could. Ooh, let me try to find my favorite thing other than the Rushton, which I showed you guys. I'll try to find both of them. Let me look. Somebody keep talking while I dig.
Okay, it is hot. It is hot. Can you guys hear me better now? I think I had my air conditioner on. It might have been making some feedback noise. Do I sound any different?
You sound fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I think someone was saying I had feedback. I was wondering if it was my air conditioner making the noise. It's right in front of me.
And so I don't know if it's
And I'm
mine.
so hot right now, I can't take it. I'm sweating. Blah.
I hear you.
Let me mute me in case you guys are.
So where are you from, Amy? Tell us about yourself.
I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida? Florida's a great place to be.
Right? I'm close to where the mermaids are. Do you know where those are?
No.
Wiki Wachi?
East side or the west side?
I'm on the Never Eat Shredded Wheat. I'm on the west side.
There you go. West side. So about how far are you up from the Keys?
Oh, wow. You're a long way away from me, Lori.
I'm down at mile 0.
I am north of Tampa.
Okay. We have some friends in Tampa.
And south, sort of Ocala. You know where Ocala is?
I know where Ocala. We have a friend that just bought some property up there, actually.
About 45 miles to Ocala.
Oh, wow. How did you fare with the storm? Both that came through.
It was good. Rain, rain and light wind, but other than that, nothing too major.
Awesome.
All right, let me show you my treasure. Well,
Myrtle?
first, okay, the funny story though is right before we were leaving, Courtney sent me a video, and it's already out. So if you guys haven't seen it, but it was the answer the question: would you rather find a Rushton or gold?
It's good.
Robert was hilarious as always in that. So go over to Courtney and watch that video. But we
Our
did
little
that video.
unicorn.
Robert got it out. Yes, unicorn. And then we went off to the bins. The second day that we were there, I found this. Now it's not one of the high dollar ones because it doesn't really have the
but
face.
those still got good comps on them.
Yep, and then it is Rushton. But
does he bend?
In the
does
same
he have
bin,
like metal in there? Does he move?
Wow.
Huh?
Does he move? Or does he is he structured? Like, does he bend?
No, he's floppy.
Is this a stuffy? Okay. Aw.
But, well, no. well, this part is stiff, but I don't feel wires or anything. I have no clue. I'm thinking probably 40, 50, maybe a little more on it. But in the same bin, I found this. I thought this was it at first. Look at the face.
Wow. Oh, wow. Look how cool.
But I Googled Winston, and the brand is actually Gloria. I found another one just like it. And WorthPoint told me the last one that sold was about 120. So yeah.
And
weird.
It's not Russian. It's, what is it? Gloria?
Gloria. I don't know, but yeah.
Well, you know, after I watched
like
Courtney's
some of the
video,
Russians, though.
After I watched Courtney's video, I had to go jump on Poshmark and see what was selling over there for Rushton for cheap. I'm looking through. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what? Them bozos, the people, not bozos. Sorry, I don't like it when people put a brand for the brand, in their brand box that's not the brand. So all of the Rushtons that were up, that were low dollar, I'm like, okay, let me see if they know what they have. Rushton like in the description, but Rushton is the brand. Grrr.
Yeah,
Here, I thought I hit the jackpot.
That's a grrr.
That's like the Puffalumps. Anytime it's a nylon plush, everybody puts Puffalump in there, and they're going to get, Fisher Price is going to get them if they don't watch it, because Puffalump is only Fisher Price.
Well, speaking of Courtney, did you guys know that I'm famous now because I made it into the Bolo October?
I saw. I had to watch
so
it last
exciting. So
comment.
Exciting. I got up at like 12. I was not feeling good yesterday, so I went to bed really early and got up at about 1:30 a.m. Came barreling out of the room. Chris! I made it on the Bolo, buddy. So yeah, that was really cool. She did a nice little
outside right now. Get up there and lay down. Sorry, you guys.
Where's Miss Lizzie?
Yeah, where is Lizzie?
I don't know. Let me see if did we get a message? I don't know.
Did she respond?
I don't know. I don't think I'm liking this.
No, I didn't hear back from her.
I want something different.
You guys want to see the baby? Let me show you. Let's see if the baby.
Okay, I'm going to turn my air on. If you guys hear any difference in sound, let me know.
There's Big Girl. That's Delilah.
Aww.
And that boy would be so sweet. But
when they know your attention is somewhere else, that's when they want your attention.
Absolutely. He drives me crazy because he can't be on my stomach right now. So I have to keep pushing him to be a parrot on my shoulder. Because he wants to be on top of me, and I keep telling him he can't be on top of me like he normally used to be until I'm completely healed. So he's got to get on my shoulder, and he's like a parrot.
That's how we have a parrot cat.
Right.
Our cat jumps up on Chris in the morning and lays on his neck, like when he has his coffee. Call her parrot cat. That's so funny.
Well, I've taught him to lay on my shoulder. He looks at it like put him as a parrot, but he could be very close that way without being on top of me.
Good morning, Elizabeth. We
Hi, you. Hi, Amy. Good to see you.
You too, honey.
How's everybody?
Good. How are you feeling?
Well, I don't think it's COVID related, but my dinner last night just didn't sit well with me, and so I didn't sleep good. It took forever to get to sleep, and so I woke up my regular time, did my reading, and then I finished a book like an hour and a half ago. And I was sitting in the chair in the recliner, and as I'm laying my head back, knowing I'm going to go to sleep, I whispered a little prayer. Lord, please don't let me sleep through the live stream. So I woke up at 10:45, and I was like, "Oh, I can almost make it on time," but I still had to, put on a little bit of makeup. And then I went out to pick my orders because I thought I sold some kind of interesting things that I was going to pack and ship today, so I can show you what I have going out today and stuff like that. So, anywho,
well, tell us, what do you have?
All right. Well, it's like I just at the last minute sold a couple of books. I took an offer.
You've been putting out the sales, girlfriend. Good job. You've been doing good with your sales.
This is the only thing that's books. The others are not books. They're just random things. But it's a lot of 2 books based on the Once Upon a Time TV show.
Good TV show.
And I had somebody from another country interested in them like several months ago, and they were like, "Oh, please ship them." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not there yet." So anyway, I came to comparable, but nobody else had a lot of kids. But individually, the few that have sold, I the price that they wanted was comparable. So I went ahead because all this stuff has been listed since last year. And so I figured, this is good. None of it, because I don't do any stop and resell, relist or anything. There was a shirt that was Katie's that she never wore. It's cute. It says, "I think the reason we are born with 2 hands is so we can pet 2 dogs at once."
Yay!
And a Christmas. The other 2 things I bought at yard sales. This is just a little Christmas dish I got for $1. I didn't know till I got it home that it was Mikasa. But it's just a cute little candy dish, like a holly berry, I guess.
Nice.
Can you see? I think it sold for like $8, but I paid $1 for it, so
nice.
So it's not bad. And then my biggest one, and these to me, I think are kind of like a little bolo. Although this one, I'm not sure I'm going to ship it. Probably in this big regional B box. It's a Melissa and Doug wooden puzzle, still sealed. This one I think sold for $15 plus shipping. I got 4 puzzles at a yard sale last year for $1 each, and 3 were these wooden puzzles, and I sold 2 already. It didn't take that long for them to sell, and they were sold. I sold them for like $20, $25, something like that. And then there was a jigsaw puzzle that I sold earlier this year. So they're just wooden puzzles.
Are you going to wrap them? I mean, just do them in a flat box?
I'm going to probably do some bubble wrap. Regional B box. I haven't even looked to see where it's going, but this is the kind of narrow flat, because they're almost all, I'm sure it's over a pound. Let's see.
Yeah.
Because being wooden, yeah, it's a pound 1.6.
Do you guys like that Melissa and Doug brand? What is that from? Where is
it? They're just good quality toys.
Target, Lori.
Target. Okay. Yeah, I found a whole bunch of stuff at the Sally a couple months back, but I didn't know. I knew it was Melissa and Doug, but
it fits in.
I didn't know if it was.
This is a big regional B. Because I don't know that I have anything else. I tried one of those 12 by 12 flat boxes that folds over from all 4 sides, and it was a little too small.
Make 2 of them.
Yeah, I might could. I'll compare a couple of things.
If regional B box,
yeah, look at that.
All you do is get one of the larger priority boxes, keep it flat, and it's just regular. This is a card. It was a large card. The only thing is you need to make sure your box is, I want to say it's a 1/2 inch. It has to be a 1/2 inch thick. So you can't just lay something in there flat. So we just stick bubble wrap in it.
You can put bubble wrap around it or something.
Yeah, just to give it a little bit of thickness. And then if that region B box doesn't fit, just use one of these boxes and just keep it flat.
Okay. So would I just do the measurements matter on those? Because that's not a flat rate, right?
Yeah, you can't do that with a flat rate, but just use it with a regular box. It'll work just fine.
Okay. So that was it. That was my 4 things for today. And my other news is that I got a job.
What?
I'm kidding. Okay. Drum roll. I'm going to be working.
Is anybody else having problems with connection? I'm not hearing you guys.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
Aw,
Oh dear.
no, I'm hearing everything.
Hearing
How about
everything.
you, Amy?
You are? Okay.
little
Everything is
fuzzy.
real slow on my end.
Oh, well, so if you didn't hear me, I said I got a job yesterday.
Right.
I am gonna be. It's every
What's going on here?
dream. Every bookish person's dream. I got a job in a bookstore, a used bookstore.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. You're never going to be home. Oh, wow.
Very
That's
No, I'm
so
just gonna be
cool.
working a few hours a week.
Like a kitty. There's a kitty. Hi, kitty
And-
baby.
It's a little bookstore that just got sold, and so I had talked to the previous owner, but he already had enough people because he didn't really need many, and it just got sold. So I talked to the new owner, and because the other employees were college kids and they had to leave right about the time the guy decided to sell, and they needed somebody, just one extra person because it's kind of a family owned operation. But there's like Friday afternoons, somebody has to go and pick up their daughter from school, and they're only open a couple of days a week anyway. So I'm probably going to start out just working like 4 or 5 hours a week.
Well, that is absolutely awesome.
Fun,
They're
yeah.
going to be so happy to have you, Liz. That's awesome.
I just interviewed with them yesterday, and it was fun. I was telling them all my bookish,
Oh, wow.
bookish things.
You
And
tell them about your channel and stuff too?
oh, well, see, that's the deal. I had told them about that whenever I first got an email that they were buying the store, because they sent an email out to all their customer base, and I told them that I was a customer and that I was also a booktuber and love books and all that. So they already looked at my channel trailer before I ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So by the time I ever went to the grand opening of the store, they're like,
Oh, I love that.
Your channel. We saw your channel trailer, and
That's-
so.
So can you do some recording in there? Maybe do some shows from work.
No, I haven't really asked, but probably.
I guess get in first, right?
I'm sure they would love the publicity, and I can take Emily with me, which is good. She can just sit there
Nice.
and look at books and stuff while I'm working. Yeah, so it's good.
That's good, especially when you can bring
That's
your
awesome.
daughter with you.
Yeah,
That's the
Right.
best job ever.
yeah.
I
And
applied at Barnes and Noble one time, but they gave you a test to see what your book knowledge was, and obviously I failed.
Oh, if it didn't have
By
zombies,
romance, I'm in. Aliens, I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, give me a zombie apocalypse person,
Right?
author, I can tell you my favorites. But
There's
yeah.
a kitty baby.
she was
Cheryl,
trying to where she was going to make
Cheryl
a mess.
in the comments, she said her cat jumps from the floor up to her shoulders. That's what sister does too. She jumps from the floor up to Chris's neck and just lays on it every morning at about 5 a.m. while he has his coffee. It's hysterical. Why do they do that?
Oh my gosh! Cheryl's comment. She says, "Y'all pray for me. I've tunneled to the back of my death pile, and I have to find my way out before I have to pee."
Good luck. Should you make one of those like strings or throw something so you can find your way back?
That's
Yeah.
Sandra P.
Don't do
What about
crumbs
1095
because you
or
might
1096?
have your cats eating your crumbs all the way.
Our 1095 and
Amy,
1096.
you have an eBay
boxes.
store, right?
me. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we're talking over each other.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yes,
go
ma'am.
for it.
I
You have an eBay store? What is your special?
Everything that sells.
Get right
All right.
in, right?
I
Everything that sells.
I like.
We'll have Lizzie. You ask her. Do you know? Have you guys met before, Amy?
We're on Instagram. We know each other from Instagram.
I was going to say Lizzie usually does our intro, finds out our information.
Well, I didn't know what had
Does
already
our
been done. Well,
grilling.
yeah. So
She does the grilling.
you've got an eBay store. What do you like to sell? Like, what are your favorite things to sell?
Toys and plush.
Okay. Awesome. And yeah, that's
Where do you source mostly? Where do you source mostly?
Garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores after that. And free section is good around here too.
Do you have more knowledge? Like, do you have kids? Like with Rebel, she knows boy stuff because she has boys. Do you have more knowledge of one type of toy or another, or do you specialize in any particular brands that you look for?
Not really specialized. I mean, I recognize the toys from childhood.
Right.
Born in 1988, so I know the 80s toys and stuff like that. If I don't know something, I'm really
You're starting to break up a little bit. Do you have kids that played with any particular toys or anything? Or
my daughter is 25 now, and so some of her stuff is played with, but most of
you're breaking up a little bit. Can y'all hear her?
Can you hear me?
I'm breaking up too. My signal. Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up. Do you have headphones, or are you just talking into your computer? Because it's weird that I can't. Huh? I don't know. Sometimes I've noticed that if I'm on my webcam and I turn like this, then the mic loses me. But you're looking straight at us, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, you are using headphones.
No, I wasn't.
Or it might make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like Rebel's really slow and you're really slow and Amy's really slow. I'm just getting like slow connection.
Huh.
You guys see me?
I can see you, but your screen looks fuzzier than everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Let me try to come back in.
Now it's pretty clear.
I'm going to leave and come back in, Rebel.
Okay.
All right.
Robert says thrift stores are too expensive these days.
Ain't that the truth? Can you hear me any different?
The AMVETs that we went to, I think everybody has figured out that this new AMVETs has decent prices, but it's an hour drive for us. I don't see me going there very often, but they were reasonable. But I didn't find a whole lot there.
AMVETs used to come around and like they would call me ever so often to like ask if I had donations, and they would pick it up on my porch years ago. I don't know if they still do that or not, but and that was how I guess I didn't realize they had a thrift store, because I don't know where the stuff was going that I was donating, because we don't have any AMVET stores around here.
We've got one in probably more than one, but I know of one in Knoxville, and then the one that we went to was in Bristol, which both of them are like over an hour away for us. So not getting our thrift stores here stink. Totally.
Can you hear me back now?
I can hear you.
No, it's still breaking up. You're still breaking up.
You're still like
choppy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want me to go out and come back in?
Well, now you're
you
good.
Can try that.
All right, let me try. Hold on.
All right. I'm afraid Lori's going to get out and her connection is going to be so bad.
I know, right? Oh, well, they're gone. Sandra asked if I would still be on the lives. Yes. In fact, the nice thing is that when we were sitting down yesterday, he said, okay, tell me your availability. And so I went through every day of the week and what I have. And I said, Wednesday, I have a live stream from 11 to 1. And then that's when I do my filming after that. And then we have church. I said, so Wednesday's probably not a day that I could work. So yes, I will still be on the live stream.
Yay. I'm trying to see if my little thrift, my little company, my estate sale company, see if they've got a sale today. I don't know. Scott, do they have a sale? Are you still on here? Let's see. No.
So after my interview, I went to a few thrift stores and bookstores, because since I had been sick for my birthday, I decided I would.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Well,
I can. Much better.
Is that better?
So I think so. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll stay. I don't know. Anyway.
I put the earbud in and then I left and then came back in. So let's see if that.
We'll
You're
just
still kind of choppy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Scott, I didn't see any either. I just went and looked. We always try to go to the thrift store. I mean, the estate sale on Wednesdays, but I ain't seeing one.
Where did Lori go?
She sometimes has internet issues, so hopefully she'll be back.
Right. Now she's in Key West, right?
Yes.
Just north of Key West. Not she's in Big Pine Key.
And Lizzie, you're where in Florida?
I'm in Central Florida in Polk County. I worked at Disney for 30 years, so I'm just a little south of there.
Polk County. So is that close to Orlando, Kissimmee area?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Closer to Kissimmee than Orlando.
I have a best
counties.
Kissimmee, so I do go over there sometimes. So I'll have to hook you. I'll
Yeah.
give you a message when I'm heading back that way again.
Yeah. Yeah. There used to be a really good Salvation Army in Kissimmee, but it's closed. And I would often like to go there when I was in Kissimmee. But they have a pretty decent Goodwill. But
Have a bin?
What?
Do they have a bins there in Kissimmee area?
I think it's up between Orlando and Kissimmee. There's one in the Taft area that when I've searched and looked, it's between Kissimmee and Orlando. So I've never been.
Okay.
I've never been to a bins.
Well, hubby is now ready to venture into going to see that because he's starting to help more with learning and stuff like that. So he's like, find one and we'll go visit it. So Ocala had one that I went to years ago with a friend of mine. That was my very first time. But then they closed it down right around COVID and it never opened back up. So now we have to go the other coast, I guess, or to, towards St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater, down south.
My daughter said there's one in Tampa. It's not a Goodwill, but it is a bin store that she wants to check out, and because she's going to school over there. But so where are you located? What area?
Sorry?
Newport Beach?
Nope. Do you know where the mermaids are?
Oh, Wiki Wachi?
I'm very close to Wachi. I'm in Homosassa.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you're not that far.
Yeah.
There used to be some scrapbook shops over there in Spring Hill I used to go to.
Okay.
But, and that's kind of a similar area.
As well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Our little favorite thrift store. I mean, why do I keep saying that? Estate sale company that we like to go to, they had to make a post the other day that says all sales are final. I guess somebody tried to return something to an estate sale.
Oh, wow.
But I just, you don't ever expect to have, you just don't expect that. But the fact that they had to post on Facebook that all sales are final, we don't do, that's why you check everything. Right before you leave.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
So did you want to hear about my biggest sale?
Yes.
So I found a yard sale maybe a month ago when hubby and I was out, and this lady was selling like a whole bunch of stuff. Well, one box she had a bunch of baby stuff, and it was $10 for the whole box. So I started picking through it, not really knowing what I was looking for. I look for loveys and different stuff like that I do know of, or new and packaged. Well, I started to make a bundle, because we know how that we like to bundle deal. So I told her, I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and add the $10 box. She goes, okay, well, the more you buy, the cheaper it'll be. I'm like, okay. So I ended up getting that. I got some Canon, I think it's called Canon sheets from like the 70s. Brand new and packaged. I ended up getting Baby Morgan blanket, which is where the sale come in. I listed the Baby Morgan blanket that has the acrylic satin around the edges and the balloons. I had it up for $242, I want to say, and we got an offer from a lady for $220. And I only had maybe $2.50 and everything after the bundle deal. It sold. Feedback on there where she was very happy, so all of that was great. But that's my biggest sale yet. And Baby Morgan, not one I knew of. I had just sold a Baby Morgan receiving blanket in the package for $50 the week before, and then went and researched and realized that I could have probably sold it for more. So when I listed this blanket and it was Baby Morgan, I researched it, and then I was like, I'm putting it up high like these are, and I'm going to see what happens. And sure enough, my husband was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe the offer that I accepted. I'm like, he's like, I don't think you'll be mad. I was like, no, that is not going to be making me mad.
Wow.
So I had never heard of Baby Morgan.
For that Baby Morgan blanket.
Let's all look it up.
That was amazing.
That is.
I found one in the package, but I think it was white. It was just a plain one, but I sold mine for over $200 because it was on the, anytime you get the colored ones or ones with designs on them, definitely worth picking up at any price.
So finding the ones that are pre-owned, that are receiving blankets and not regular blankets, because after I started looking for those on eBay to see if anybody had lower, and I found some that were lower, but they were receiving blankets, not the regular, even though they had similar prints, and so they were a lot lower. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. One person sent me a message like for, I think it was $40 or $50 for one, and it had holes in it, and there was a bunch of issues with it. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's just not the exact same blanket I sold, so I didn't agree to it.
Why are they so expensive? Are they?
I think it's a popular like name brand of blankets for baby.
But I mean, are they not made anymore?
Baby Morgan.
I don't know, because I do think there are more current ones, but you know how it is with vintage stuff. People remember the older one. It's a better quality. It's just whatever. And because I'm looking right now, and one that just like what I sold for $285. But then you see another one that's very similar.
I just typed in Baby Morgan and pictures of Baby Morgan Freeman popped up.
Oh gosh. I was wondering why she was laughing.
Like, it's just Morgan Freeman on a baby body.
Well, you must have not did it on eBay.
I did it on Google.
Yeah. Okay. Because I put in Baby Morgan on eBay and I got blankets.
Okay, I'll try eBay.
But what were you saying, Rebel, that you sold one for what?
Sorry, Rebel.
For about a little over 200, but it was the white one and it was still in its pack. I picked it up for $1 at a yard sale.
Nice.
But I'm looking right now, a lot of them are selling for 150s and up, depending on the
blankets.
Yep.
They're
I
blankets.
just want to see where they come from. They are vintage, aren't they?
Yep. They've
I'm
got
wondering, if they don't make them anymore, and that's why they get such prices.
So the ones with the silky edges, right? So it looks like satin edges. Yeah.
I also saw the word acrylic is on there too. I don't know if it's satin acrylic or if that goes together, but
so let's find out when they quit making these. Waffle weave.
Yep, waffle weave.
Fleeced acrylic. Yeah, wow. Okay, good to know. I love the little satin edges on the blankets. I miss those from being a baby. From being a kid.
I have sold a big full-size blanket that was a mess with the satin edges. I mean, I sold it for like $30 or something.
Oh, wow.
And it was one that I think we bought something from somebody, and it was an old blanket, and they wrapped it around whatever we were buying from them. Or maybe it was when I was moving something. I don't know. It appeared out of nowhere, and it sat in my garage forever until I started doing eBay. And then I heard somebody talking about those being a bolo. So I went and listed it. I mean, it was in rough shape, and it sold for $35.
Nice.
I couldn't believe it. And it had just been wrapped up around a thing. And it didn't have, I think it only had like one hole actually in the blanket itself, but the satin, the edges were frayed and stuff. Yeah, that's a definite bolo, I think.
I picked this up at an estate sale, but I have no clue what I'm going to do with it. But look, it's got the satin.
There you go.
Bears. I don't know if it's handmade.
It looks handmade. Yeah, is it like Like a flannel?
It needs washed, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to auction it or just list it high and see what happens.
List it high.
It happens.
Stain free. Looks good.
It's got a little stain here in the back that I'm going to try to pre-treat and get it off. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe I don't know. I have no clue.
It looks like it could be homemade, maybe.
I think so. But the fact that it's got the satin trim,
I
think it's golden.
Yeah.
All right. So Vintage Spice just made a comment, which made me think of a question I was going to ask y'all. She says, my car broke down, so I had to use Uber. I had to Uber the post office and UPS yesterday. Bless your heart. I'm so sorry that your car broke down. But in that case, can you, like, how long does it take to schedule? Like, if you want, because I know the postman will pick up your packages if you need them to. Do you have to schedule that far in advance? Like on a,
I think the day before.
on a daily basis?
Yeah, they do a printout. That's what I was told. There's a printout that comes out in the morning that tells them that you have to do a pickup.
Because, I mean, I'm in a pretty small town. I have often thought about if I just put a note in my mailbox that said, could you please come to my door? I have packages that need to go and my car's broken down, you know, if they would do it. Because I know you can order stamps and stuff through your postman. You know, you just put a little form in your mailbox and say, I need some stamps, and they'll leave the stamps. My grandma used to do that all the time. So that's why I was just, because I was thinking the other day, if, you know, like if I was stuck here and Emily was sick or something and I didn't want to leave her, if I could, you know, I'm just saying, what if there would be a way to just have a one-time pickup?
I think if you have a good mailman, you could do that. Like my sister does that. My sister leaves a note in her mailbox that says, I have packages on my porch, and then they go get them for her.
Yep.
But otherwise, mine, no, they wouldn't do it.
Really?
Or they come to the door and they get the packages when you have bigger packages or a lot more packages too. I've left notes in the mailbox when I used to work at home and I was in the back room and I couldn't fit in the box.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
Well, the last time I tried that, Lizzie, I think I told you about it. That was when the postman flipped me off and just kept driving. Yes. With a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Oh my God.
You put a note for her and
real class act. No, I left packages out in I have a separate, it's like a cooler almost. It's got a lid on it.
Yeah.
That I have for packages, and she was new and didn't I mean, I would have, I don't know. Our post office is the size of my toe. I mean, it's like there's two people there. Come on. But she was new, and she did. I was like, why didn't you flip me off? It gave me the burden. Kept on going. I'm like, okay. Talk to the post office about it. They're like, unfortunately, it says in their laws of being that they do not have to pick up the mail. They just have to deliver the mail.
Oh,
so it's totally up to them whether they pick it up or not. Even if you ask for a request, because we were going out of town that weekend.
That's
and
what
I had
the red
3 packages.
For on your mailbox.
That's what I said.
Put the red flag up.
That is exactly what I said. And he said, well, and then he started explaining to me how you can't teach people some things. So I just went with it. He was really nice. And the guy that he really likes us and he takes care of us. So I didn't want to ream him a new one. And but yeah, even if you request it, they don't have to pick it up.
Wow. I do have new carriers, so I haven't tried it with the new one. So I wonder.
That's what I'm saying. So if they say, no, we don't have to, they're right.
Yeah, my mail.
Until their boss tells them.
My postmaster told me their union contract, they only have to scan 5 packages if they come to my house. That's it.
So that must be it. It must be the union. It must be the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Oy, oy, oy.
What's the most you've ever had in one day, Rebel, to ship out? Do you know?
I think, well, one time when I went on vacation, I had like 70 some. But a lot of times I have, right now, probably 30 to 40 on Mondays.
That's amazing. How long does it usually take you to get those all ready to go? Like, do you start early?
I've because Robert teaches on Monday, I've been trying to do them Sunday night, and it'll take us probably an hour and a half or so. He gets all the hard ones, and I'm just sitting here packing flush and all the easy stuff. So
that's nice. Well, yeah,
that
when
I have like 15 today. So
it'll take me an hour and a half just to score. I'm so slow. I have watched a few videos this past few days. I haven't made any comments to anybody, but and I did watch one of your new ones, Rebel, and and then I watched Courtney's the other day about her because her title about how she thinks something is crap, but people are listing it and selling it. I had to
Did you see it? Did you see that I made it onto Bolo Buddies?
I thought you did. Yeah, I didn't get to finish that video, but
just
she
saying
mentioned something, and I was like, and I thought that was probably you. But no, what she was talking about was perler beads, which
I'll send you the timestamp of where I'm at on there.
But what I said all that to say is I was watching James, my board and reseller live. He did like an hour and a half video the other day on his title was listing 200 items in one day and how he stores all his stuff, which his shop is just amazing, all his storage and everything. But he made a couple of comments that really resonated with me. One of them was, he said something like, don't tell yourself I'm going to list 5 items today. Tell yourself, I'm going to list 5 items in 30 minutes. And I was like, ding, ding, ding. That's good. That's really good. And then the other thing was they started right off saying is don't think of your eBay area as just one area. Think of it as 2 and keep your listed items completely separate from your unlisted items.
That is a good one.
So what I did was I came in here on Monday and I printed out a list of almost all my listings. I didn't print out like the first 65 or so that are still from what my husband listed before I took over the store, because I know exactly where those are. Those are not lost. They're good. But I printed out everything after that. And then the idea was I was going to go out and start just like boxing it chronologically, because I printed them out chronologically. But then I was sitting here and I thought, well, while I'm printing, I should print out my reports. So I went and looked and I had only printed out January. So I spent the next however long printing out all my reports up. Well, and then I couldn't even get September and October done because I ran out of paper. Even though I was printing back and front, I ran out of paper. So I had to stop and go to Walmart and get paper. So they came back and I finished those. So I never got started organizing my listings, but at least I've printed out. I'm caught up on my reports so I can comb through those and make sure there's no crazy fees that I'm being charged and stuff like that,
Yeah, I need to do that, as a matter of fact. So I should say Chris needs to do that. I tell him, I'm like, somebody said something on a YouTube channel today about UPS. We just shipped UPS. Go check
that. Nice.
Yeah, they've been overcharging like some of the prices that people come with UPS, some of the prices that they come back and charge you. What was the one guy? It was like $1,500.
Holy moly.
I wouldn't even be able to talk.
Right.
I would be on the ground.
All night. Are they just not weighing it and measuring it properly?
Or well, I think we talked about this last week too, like with the sizing, when you go over a certain size, it starts going up, So with the larger items, if you're not watching it, I mean, I guess it could get up to that.
I always put my measurements in, even if you don't have to.
Right, I do. I put my measurements
in there. No matter what I'm shipping, I put the measurements in.
I do too. I learned the hard way with that.
So. I don't do first class measurements because it's almost always going to be a poly bag. But right. I am the type, when I list stuff that's going to be priority mail, I almost always just put 13 by 13 by 8 unless it's going to be bigger. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
think for first class, I always put 12 by 10 by 1, just to be on the safe side, which are my poly mailers, you know, and then I'll shrink it down as I go. But I just find that I do not get exact shipping, even if it's first class, unless I put that measurements in there. It's completely off from what it charges my customer. So I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but I just
your account special, especially all of that requiring the minimum offers that you were sending that day.
So it happened, by the way. It happened at like midnight, and I just spared you guys the message, but I'll send it to you today. It was when they asked me to go up. It wasn't even 5%. It was like 9.8. I'll send it to you today. I don't even know what that means. They just got to pick on me.
What, for your offers to send?
Yeah. So remember I said when I get another one that's higher, I'll show you what they mean.
Yeah.
And that I'll send it to you. It's goofy. It's like,
like
they wanted me to at least do 9.8% decrease. I mean, I don't know if I have something, Chuck. Who knows?
I don't think I've ever had them tell me that I had to go higher than 5%.
Yeah, on an offer. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It happened.
Weird.
It's special.
Very special.
Pictures now that we are able to, instead of 12. That's overwhelming.
Wait, what now?
23 pictures now for eBay instead of 12.
Oh, love it.
Oh, I hadn't even noticed. Oh, wow.
So many pictures.
I did. Especially when I'm doing lots. You know, I'm always in my brain trying to keep track. And then if I do too many, then you got to decide which one. But now it's very freeing to know, no matter what, I can just take as many pictures as I want within reason. But I'm loving that. I guess everybody got it.
Pictures.
The next time you go to list, you should see where it says 20, 23, 24 pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one was 3%, not 9. This is a different one. Regardless, it just doesn't let me put whatever I want.
Army stores are closing or closed. I wonder if it seemed to happen during COVID and they just couldn't come back from it, which is crazy because they have really good stores. I always thought everyone I've been
into. Morning, Noelle.
Hello.
I think a lot of time it has nothing to do with the store. It's about hiring people because we still have fast food restaurants in our area that the lobbies are closed because they cannot keep employees. It's a major issue in our area. What are you doing now?
Well, I'm TO'd with my Sally. I'm like on the verge of going up to talk to that guy up there because it is a really good Salvation Army and they get a lot of there's not a lot of poor down here. I hate to sound like that, but there's just not. And so when people move out, they donate a lot of their stuff. And I really got a lot of good stuff from there for years, like 2 years, right? Then I found out that this guy is selling stuff by the truckload to the mainland. So I haven't found anything in there in probably 6-8 months. I mean, obviously I'm not shopping right now because I still got a whirlwind of stuff to get through, but
they're not.
Every time I go in there, it's the same stuff, guys. And I don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not making money, so I'm mad. But yeah, I can't find crap in here, and I ain't making no money, and I'm mad. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
I don't know how to feel about that, but. I don't know. Chris thinks I should sit down and think about it, maybe write a letter or something. Just because there are a few other resellers down here, and not that we rely on that, but it's nice to go in there. We still pay for our items, we're not getting it for free. And it's not anything cheap. I'll tell you that. The stuff though, that I do make money on that he doesn't research. I like that. I'm always like, but
now, is this the guy that runs your thrift store or your Salvation Army?
Yes. And he doesn't like resellers. But then I'm thinking to myself, okay, fool, you don't like resellers, but you're being one, turkey. Right. I mean, you're taking all of the free stuff and selling it.
Yeah.
To a guy in a van. I mean, can I be the guy in the van? Then I probably won't crap. Right. I mean, why can't I have a van?
Good if you told them that you would like to buy certain things, like, hey, instead of selling it way out here, keep it local, I would buy this from you if you know.
I've tried that in like not so many ways. Like I've tried to do that. He had a bunch of really like skeins of yarn that I wanted to buy. I mean, thousands, and I would have, really nice yarn, silk, and
Wow.
I was thinking about like we talked about doing the deal and then he just backed out. So I haven't really talked to him about anything. I don't know if that's when he became friends with Van Boy or what, but all I know is that all of the good stuff is gone.
The Van Boy.
What would you guys do? I mean, this is a real local Sally. Like the people who own Key West own this one too. So I don't know if they're in cahoots. The owners know what's going on. I don't want to be that girl, but I'm really not happy about it. Not to mention, not just because of me reselling am I ticked off about it. There are a lot of people that we struggle to live here, some of us. It's a lot of freaking money. And so when you can get a deal as a local, when you need a new couch or you need a washer and dryer, to pay for a washer and dryer down here is double what you're going to pay on the mainland for a used one. And they can get it and they will. So, and it's fine. I choose to live here. I get it. But I just think that, like you said, staying local, helping local, keeping people who have to move out because there's no, they can't afford to live here would help. It would just help any way that anybody can help, I guess, some people. So there's my box. I'm going to exit now, but, but I mean, what would you do? Would you say something maybe, or just?
They're going to go out of business, I would think, at some point if that persists, because I don't know. Like we had a thrift store here, and the lady's son was an eBayer, and he would come in and pick all the vintage clothes before they ever made the rack. Well, guess what? It's now closed. That whole business went down because,
I can see that happening.
Resellers are a major part of many of these businesses.
Like Goodwill.
And I think people they look over that too. They don't understand what the reseller contributes to this, I mean, I could put an ad in the paper here and say, don't bring your stuff to the Salvation Army. I'll buy it from you because they're sending it up north. I mean, I just can't imagine people would be thrilled to know that they're dropping stuff off for a donation, whether it's for somebody to buy or somebody. It doesn't matter. I mean, they're doing it in, the kindness of their own heart. I don't know, but I just think that
support their community.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like they're doing it for a good reason. They don't know that he's got a van pulling up every morning and taking loads of crap. And I mean, I know it's not just me because Chris went in there looking for something for one of our scuba tanks or something, just because that's something that would normally be there. I don't know if it's a breather. I don't know, but there's a lot of that type of equipment and stuff there. Nothing. Wow. And then the stuff that was there was really expensive. He got mad and left, and he doesn't get mad at anything. But he just does not like this guy and what he's doing. I think it's crummy too.
He sounds like me when I go to a store and I start seeing prices. I shut down. I'm like, can we get in yet? Can we go?
Well, and then I was also thinking about like getting a hold of Van Boy. Maybe I could meet him at 7-Eleven or something up the road and be like, hey, what you got in there?
Your hat and your shades,
right? What you got in there? I got money.
Yeah.
Cash is king. I mean, I could get a hold of him and then have him sell me the van like right after he leaves there. I'll give him double. I can't imagine that I can't imagine it's a lot of, that he's given him a lot of money, but who knows? I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
He may be a flea market. He may be a flea marketer, and he's all he wants to do is pay $1 for something and sell it for $2.
Right. And here's the thing. The reason I know this is because I have a friend on the inside. So I know really what's going on, and I told her, I said, quit picking all the good stuff and giving it to the van. Come on.
Amy, you said something, but we didn't hear you. You were breaking up.
Robert had a comment about something about he got in trouble, I guess, Rebel, by doing pictures. What was that about?
Before, when we could only do 12 pictures, right? I would say, this is what I need. The front of the pants, the tag, the care tag, the back, a close-up of any damage.
Well, all of a sudden one day I'm listing and I come and he's got like 18 pictures and it's like, what am I going to do? I have to pick. And just, I was like, what were you thinking?
I have to pick.
I have to pick. And then like the other day, we take a picture of the bag so that I know what number to put in my custom SKU. Because, you know, we do the consecutive numbers as we're listing. Well, all of a sudden he stops taking pictures of the bags. Just not just once, but on and on and on. And then it was just like, he's getting old, y'all. His birthday was last week. He's getting old.
Getting old. Will they change the pictures for eBay? Did I just jump in on? I think I missed that part.
That's what they were saying. They've expanded the number of pictures you can have.
Now it would work.
No.
Picture away all he wants, as long as he doesn't go past 24 or whatever it is now.
Good answer, Robert.
Yeah. He's ridiculous.
You gotta love him.
It's hard.
Although,
exactly,
okay,
Ron.
yes.
It's hard to get good help.
The video I was watching the other day, I thought one of his edits was really nice. You know, instead of saying something like, instead of making a snarky comment, because you said gooned instead of gunned, and all he wrote on there was "old habits die hard." And that was good. You know, he wasn't like poking at you. It was almost like you had said that. You know,
I'm gonna have to find him one of those like unicorn onesies.
Exactly. Yeah, he told me I did that. You know, it is such a habit. I said that for 20 some years until I realized I was saying it wrong, and I just call it that. I'm trying. Yeah,
Right?
exactly, Laura.
30.
He'll do 30 the next time. And not do the bag. Luckily, I can figure them out usually. It's, you know, Levi's or whatever I can figure out from the pictures, but.
Well, I can't.
Oh, and
Here's
then,
the thing.
that was the
if
other
you don't
thing.
have the bag, like, how do you separate, you know, your photos? Because if I'm doing if I do like 100 pairs of pants, I get all my stuff together. And let me tell you how difficult that is to sort those pants when you're listing them. Even though you have the same amount of photos, you got to have a break photo in the middle of them, or you will not fare well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I even do that when I'm doing smalls and they're very similar. I just lift my camera up and take a picture of the back.
I take a picture of the desk. That is a tip of the day, people. That took me a while to learn on my own, but it really does work.
Wow.
When you got a whole gaggle of stuff to list, it'll make for a really frustrating listing experience.
No, what is it?
I saw
what do you lift up?
Cheryl said that she dropped a box of Legos. Look. This is my project today. I have 130 minifigs. I got to figure out how I'm going to get listed.
That's gonna be awesome. No, Lizzie, what we're saying is that when you're taking a round of photos, say you're doing like 25 or 30 pairs of pants, or even pants and smalls, that when you take the first, like the set of photos of one pair of jeans, then you would take a break photo, like of the wall or of the desk, so that way you could divide it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is. It helps, because even when you're doing like 5 or 6 items, it really does. If they're all similar, oh man, I made that mistake like in jeans one time, and I think I did about 30 or 40 pairs of jeans, and then realized that they were almost all the same. I mean, I literally had to stop, go back, and divvy up them. Yeah, no,
that's a great idea. Yeah, especially when you're like on your phone or something, and it's little thumbnails, and you're trying to see
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when you have like Rebel, if she does her inventory number photo as the break photo, then you always know where it's leaded up to. I usually
you just click, and everything loads.
Okay, let's see what we got going on here.
I'm trying to see. I missed a whole conversation about Top Rated Seller Plus.
Oh, I want that.
It's worth it if you can do 1 day shipping.
My shipping is on 1 day. It's always been 1 day.
1 day.
I do it most of the time, but there are a couple of times here and there that I just can't, and I like having that to fall back on. Plus, you know, I don't know, the whole reseller, I mean, the whole top rated plus thing, I don't trust that system anyway, because when I go in to shop for something, the people who have top rated seller plus, I will look at their feedback, and they have some awful feedback because they're just so big that they're just like going fast and not paying attention. And I'm thinking, I would rather just keep my 100% feedback and, you know, 100% positive and just work at my pace and not, you know. But I know the discount is definitely a factor. So at some point, maybe. But how much is it?
Yeah, it's big for me.
Is it for bigger stores with like lots of
Well, you get a shipping discount, right?
Yeah, you get it. You get 10% off of your final value fees.
So that would make it,
you know, like Robert put up there, if you're selling 100,000 a year and your fees, they're really not 12%. We know they're more than that by the time you do everything. You get 10% back on them. So, you know, it can be quite a bit for us each month to go ahead and do the 1 day, but you also have to do the free returns.
Right.
Which I don't have a whole lot of problems with that. Clothing, yes. Clothing is annoying, and that's a Robert
It really
thing.
is.
Just the return for fit.
I have top rated. I just don't have the top rated plus. And so there's some bonuses and benefits of that, I guess. I don't know. I like the idea of having that little medallion on, you know, on every listing, but I just get disgusted when I look at
and their feedback is so crummy.
Feedback is awful. I mean, percentage wise, they're doing so much, but yet, and I go through and I read the feedback, and it's just mistakes that they're just not paying attention. They're just in a hurry, and they're doing it fast, and they're not paying attention to what they're doing. And I just don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be that person.
Speaking of the wrong item, not really, but it made me think, this is hilarious, you guys. The other day I had a Santa Claus that sold, and I had to go to the doctor's appointment. So I was trying to get everything pulled so I could drop it off. I could not find it. It was not in the bin it was supposed to be. I checked in the bin.
I feel your pain right now.
Up, down, everywhere. You know, I do my storage of non-clothing items. They're by like items. So all my Christmas is together. So I go through that. I go to my doctor's appointment. I come back. I say a prayer. Please let me find it. I go back out there one more time, and I have to crawl up. It's, of course, the bin that it's supposed to be in is high. So I crawl up a ladder, and I'm digging. I don't see it. And I'm like, okay, fine. I turn around. I'm still on the ladder. Bears, totes of bears are right behind me, and right eye level, Santa is in the middle of the bears facing me. If it had been anywhere in that tote, I would have never seen it because it's red sticking out.
Praise
in
the
tote
Lord.
of brown. I was like, thank you, because that's when, you know, I don't have very many issues because I'm very careful, but I have a feeling, you know, when you use these bags, the self-sealing bags, a lot of times they stick to something else. And I probably picked up a bear, threw it in that tote, not realizing Santa was attached because the two bags had stuck together.
Oh, Noelle, she said, I'm guessing this is a quote from one of her feedbacks. Horrifically repulsive, nasty seller. Oh, you are not. You are a little intimidating. I'll give you that.
That's so mean. You can't get that removed, Noelle. That's mean.
There are mean people out there. We all know.
There are lots of mean people.
They're terrible. I'm telling you. I decided that I don't care how big I'm going to grow my channel. I'm not reading any of the comments, so nobody take offense to it. Nobody wants the steam coming out of my ears. I will ruin my whole channel. One comment.
No,
It just, I need to get a
anybody
thicker
leaves.
skin. Listen, no, Lizzie.
Anybody
I
leaves
see some of
bad
these
comments.
comments. I see some of these comments that are left, and I will promise you
You just delete
that
them
I will
and
email someone.
talk to the good people.
Of
You
course.
can remove
I'm gonna
them so
talk to
nobody
him.
else sees them. You can remove them. You know, I removed that one.
But then I have to read
hadn't.
it first, and I get my feelings hurt first. I don't want any feelings
And they're
hurt. I'll
just-
talk to him on my videos. It'll be okay.
But you know what? Your viewers are going to love you. And you know what? I had somebody make a comment recently that was just a little not nice.
See, and that's what that's why, because Rebel is the nicest, sweetest, like, hello, how could you say anything shitty to her? I mean, if it can happen to Rebel, then oh yes, it can happen to this bully
the
over
good
here.
thing is before I could even deal with it, I had 3 people already respond to them like, I don't know what you're talking about, but, you know, I guess because I'm not chippy, chirpy, wild, you know, I'm quiet.
That can be obnoxious when people
chirpy.
I'm not. I'm just me. I'm
a little too chirpy over here.
But technically, we've only had really 2 mean comments in a year, almost 2 years. 2 mean comments. One was about my name, you know,
which
that
was
whole
just
thing. I
too
wished I
much.
had left it because I'm sure somebody would have been. And then the other one was the comment about Robert, which I still find hilarious.
Well, I responded to that one, and I think I messaged you. I was like, "Do you like what I wrote?" And you're like, "Yes, that's good." So I responded back to them because they were like, you know, don't have the guy in the background. And I wrote, I was like,
our unicorn.
Robert has a fan base here.
Yes, our unicorn.
So,
yeah, right.
No, it's not going anywhere.
Say, forget it. Forget about it.
But you know what? Any mean comment is a response. And I think the homeschooling picker was the one that did a video about this. Bring them on, because anytime you get any comment, Facebook, YouTube only sees it as, you know, communication.
Engagement, right.
Yeah. But you know what bothers me the most is
I'll think about it. I'll think about answering it.
I don't go into my content and look at numbers or whatever, because all the thumbs down bother me.
See? Me too. I would cry real tears and like try to be tough. But
then I look at my toy testing channel, well, this channel, the toy testing one, and you wouldn't believe how many thumbs down my toys get. And all I'm doing is showing 30 seconds of a toy that's working. So, you know, put that
maybe
into
they
perspective.
want to see it going along. Maybe it's too short of a video, Rebel. That could be it.
I think I don't talk, you know, I'm not putting it there to talk about it. I'm just showing that it works. So let it be. I think I've got one of them that's got like 9 thumbs down.
Oh my goodness.
You're right,
9? Robert?
Oh. There you go, Cheryl. Get somebody. Let your daughter be Robert. Let Robert respond to them. How does the free return part work? Are they able to return for any reason? Yes. But this is the thing with free returns. Right. As long as you offer free returns, if they leave you any kind of negative, usually eBay will remove it. But a lot of times, if you don't offer free returns or you don't offer returns at all, what are you going to get? You're going to get an item not as described. At least this way, I don't get those type. I get item doesn't fit, changed my mind, any of that kind of stuff. So I prefer that. I prefer it. That way you're not getting the ones that eBay sees as negative. And I don't really get a whole lot. I don't. I think last year, I think I counted at some point, I had like 30 returns for the entire year or something like that. And most of them were clothes, doesn't fit. And then I had a few, you know, item didn't receive, which eBay takes, you know, them off. But I prefer it this way. Plus I like the 10%.
I don't know what I'm trying to see where I'm at here. I don't know. I don't keep track of this. This is a Christopher department. A top rated. Okay, so I'm just top rated. And top rated seller plus is what you guys are talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is a good point here.
To be just top rated,
from Antiques for Karen.
shipping, and I think you have to offer returns.
I know I offer free returns, but I don't.
Like, they don't have to be free returns. You just have to offer returns.
So it says top rated plus benefits is a 10% discount, 767.
Yeah, I think to get top rated seller plus, it has to be free returns.
Mm-hmm.
Buyer pays. Seller pays.
I wonder why it's not on there.
I think.
That's what eBay's told me about it.
Yeah. But the good thing is if you get a return for item doesn't fit, you don't have to give them back their original shipping. I tend to do it anyway if they've taken the time to talk, send me a message about it, especially if they change their mind or whatever. I often do, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You just have to pay for the return shipping.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But I like this comment because I think this is more true. The Antiques from Karen said, a lot of people use the thumbs down to tell YouTube that they don't want this type of content.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
we were talking about, I remember.
Personal.
But do you know what you should do instead of doing the thumbs down? Because I figured this out. I don't know if you can do it on the computer, but on your phone, when you're scrolling through and it gives you the recommended videos, if you look to the right, there's those 3 little dots. If you click on those, you can click on an option, not interested in this video, without ever like watching it or turning on or opening the video. You can click not interested. So like if there's a particular channel that you're just not interested in, just if it keeps recommending that to you, keep clicking, and eventually they'll stop recommending that to you. That happened to me with me when I started watching reseller videos. There was one channel that I heard something on. I just didn't think there was any integrity in what they were recommending, and I thought, I'm not going to watch their channel. And but because they're a bigger person, they kept recommending it. I was like, not interested, not interested. I didn't give them thumbs down. I didn't make any bad comments. I just said not interested, not interested. And then they don't recommend that channel to me anymore at all, ever. So
good.
That's how you do it.
Very, 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 and that's on the right. That's where the 3 dots are, right? Where you can click block or. Okay.
Yeah, and you don't even have to do block. Just not interested.
Yeah, I followed somebody and then decided I didn't want to follow them anymore. And because you followed them at one point, you get it for a little while. But I was like Elizabeth. I kept putting not interested, not interested. Don't show me this, again. And finally, it stopped.
Beth, it sounds that Beth Nelson is saying that she never has refunded initial shipping, and I'm not losing money on shipping twice because someone changed their mind. So, I mean, if I guess if you can do the plus and
you tell them, Beth. She's on one today.
But isn't that what free returns mean? That you refund their shipping and everything,
right?
Shipping, only the one coming back to you is what eBay told me.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I sometimes I just feel generous and I'll do it. But I've had somebody who, was not happy, sent me a message and I'm like, I'm not required to send you that money back. She's like, but everybody else does. And I'm thinking, you just admitted that you're a habitual returner.
There you go.
You can contact
a habitual returner.
Yeah, she's a habitual returner.
When I talk
habitual returner.
Who else says, Lizzie, I tried that with that Farm Girl scavenger person. It didn't work. It doesn't work if that's yourself.
Did you hear me?
Yep. So let's talk about Germany, since I put it in my.
Okay,
Germany.
I'm gonna be here. I'm listening in my ear. Okay, just if
all
my
right.
face isn't gonna be here, but I'm here.
I don't know. I thought everybody got the message from eBay about that new Lucid repackaging type thing that Germany has. I refuse to do the paperwork. I think it's there's a fee you have to pay. I'm just not going to do it for the few sales that I make every year to Germany. But I went in and I blocked Germany, and I got a while back. I get an offer one day for an item, and I realize it's saying KOLNDE. That's Germany. And so I go in and I actually end the listing because I thought somehow it didn't go through. So I'm going to relist it, make sure I've got everything turned off. Germany's blocked, and he still bought it again. So I had to cancel. I got lots of mean messages, and I contacted eBay for Business because technically we're not supposed to be shipping to Germany no matter what, unless you've done that lucid requirement, because eBay does not know who's done it and who didn't. Supposedly you can go in and register that you did it if you want. I'm not gonna do it. But I was surprised yesterday how many people didn't even know. And then it actually came up in another Facebook group. And there were some people saying, no, it only applies to businesses. And now, so I asked specifically eBay for Business yesterday, is it just businesses? And they were like, no, this is a law. It's their law. Anything going into their country, no matter from what source, has to follow that. And it says, they gave me the German specific link plus eBay's thing that, explaining the situation. You can be fined, like, I want to say it was like 2 million euros or something exorbitant if you don't follow this rule. But I still see people saying they've shipped to Germany and it was delivered and there's been no issues. I wish I had brought up global shipping to eBay for Business yesterday, but I forgot about that. But this is the way I see it. Even if global shipping says, oh yeah, don't worry about it, we'll let you know if you need to worry about it. If something was to happen, eBay's still going to point the finger at you. eBay's not going to be the one that takes the hit if for some reason something goes wrong. So
yeah, that's a risky thing.
I keep trying to block Germany, and my listings still keep going through. And I've made 3 or 4 sales that I've had to cancel since this all started.
Wow.
But I'm trying to see what Noelle said. I know. I don't understand how so few. I got an email. I'm pretty sure about it. But this has been back almost the entire year, and yet people are still shipping to Germany. And maybe they haven't been caught. Maybe some people in their side disagree with this and are letting stuff go through. But yeah, it's not worth it. So even with global shipping, I'm not going to send packages through at all because I don't want to take that chance, because eBay has said they can restrict your account if something happens. But I wished eBay would just block it, period, unless you provide the documentation to them.
Wow.
So I wanted to get that out there. I put it on my Facebook page, but I'm hoping anybody who's listening to this, don't ship anything to Germany. And I've heard other European countries are going to do the same thing. So I'm thinking about I do international shipping, but I think I'm going to turn it off for a while and just use global shipping, but also just pay attention to where it's going, because a lot of times you can see where it's going. So
yeah,
just my little platform. Yeah, somebody said even if you're lucid compliant, there's yearly fees. It's not worth it for 5 or 10 orders a year to Germany. And I feel bad because this was a $200 sale for me that I had to cancel twice now because he keeps somehow figuring it out. And eBay even went into my account yesterday and said, yes, Germany is blocked on your account. So he must be doing something else to get around that, but still using his German address. Yeah, Beth says France and the UK are next. So I think at this point, I'm just going to turn off international sales, leave global shipping on, but pay attention to who, because I don't even trust that enough to let eBay deal with it at this point. Not until I know for sure.
It's weird that he keeps figuring out how to buy it.
I know.
Bizarre.
You know what?
Maybe,
I almost
maybe
wanted to send him a message. Go through a freight forwarder. Just go find you a freight forwarder.
Right.
But maybe even they have figured out that they're not going to do it. I don't know.
That could be it too. I was going to say maybe he found a freight forwarder a couple times, and then they were like, no. But no, you have to, because you have to say no on your end, right? Even though you have it checked that you won't ship there.
What?
Sorry, I lost you. Can you hear me? My internet is so terrible today. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
I can.
Can you hear me? Okay. You guys keep getting really slow. Which looks really funny from my end, but I can't hear you. That's okay. I'm good. I'm just going to sit back.
Yeah, Robert even put on there, that's the exact statement from eBay. If you do not take the necessary steps by the communicated deadline, which was June or July, I can't remember, we will be legally required to restrict your selling privileges for the German market. But,
okay.
But they haven't stopped these sales. Yeah. But yeah, Rhonda, I think you're right. I'm going to go in and block him, because obviously he's going to keep. It's a Bible, and I feel bad that he can't get this Bible. Man. But yeah, I know.
That's got to be a tough one.
I'm not. But yeah, I've gone in. If you go into eBay and go up to there where it says hi, your name, you can go in there and hit your shipping preferences and block these countries. But it still keeps going through. eBay, it's a glitch. It says you can click a block that says don't, ship to any of these countries and apply it to all of your listings. I do that probably 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, because I see things that make me realize that it's not working. Yeah. I'm hoping this new global shipping 2.0 comes out soon.
Oh, I don't even know. All of their shipping 2.0s. I just wish they wouldn't give you options if they're not an option for the package you're shipping.
Absolutely.
I don't need a flat rate envelope for a 70-pound box. Plus, it's in my listing, so they already know how much it's going to be. It's just so confusing to everybody. Yeah.
As big as eBay is, they should be able to
shipping policies. Go ahead, Amy. I'm sorry.
Yes, Noelle. Yes, Noelle and her shipping policies. One of these years, I'm going to get it fixed.
With the shipping, with the shipping policies, if something changes, you got to go in and change all that too. But you just got to make sure you're on top of it, because then it'll do another. But I agree with the shipping policies. I use them. It makes my listing a heck of a lot easier. But global shipping, here's the thing. I have global shipping program, I think, and I think I have a couple options. I cannot remember right now. But since I turned on international, I have gotten some great sales. But now I'm going to be on the lookout for Germans. They're coming for us. Let's see. We tried.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. And the worst part is that it's a Bible. And then you got to tell the guy you can't send him his Bible. Maybe you should just send it to him. Anyways, not through eBay. Just, here you go, sir.
Yeah, no.
Well, no,
it's still Germany. It's still Germany.
Tell him to go find like a missionary or something to give him a Bible. There's got to be people there.
Give him options.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noelle, I agree. we have to do what's best for our business and not rely on anything else, you know.
True that.
So I agree.
True that. So what do you guys got going on today? Anything fun?
Nope. Gonna start dealing with these minifigures.
Nope. Glad you
I have
asked.
a full day. I know she doesn't have an estate sale, but we're having a library book sale tomorrow. So I go usually at 5:00 and help set up, and then I can do my shopping. Like I don't like go all out. I just get stuff that I want for myself. And then I'll come back tomorrow at the end of the sale and I'll get some leftovers like for reselling. But I don't like to buy them out, you know, when it's still new. So
I saw something the other day that made me think of you, and I think it's some kind of like book fair in Miami, but it's big.
It's like
I'm gonna look it up right now.
stuff.
So I'm gonna look it up so I can be more clear about what I'm telling you, because I thought it was something that you would totally love.
Sounds like it.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you guys were on here earlier. I'm gonna go get out on the water today and look for some conch shells.
Oh, nice. And then our church is we always have like a dinner on Wednesdays, but tonight it's going to be Thanksgiving. So I need to go cook something for that. And then we have music practice after, and I usually film something on Wednesdays. So I've got a full day and I've got to do all this shipping, these 4 things. For me, that's a lot, 4 things in one day. Actually, one of them is not paid for. So I've got 3 things to do right now.
Wow. Lizzie, are you available this weekend if we come to Orlando?
Possibly. Yeah, because my new job won't start until
her new job
Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah. Yeah, let me think what
Okay, I sent you the link, Liz.
maybe Saturday. What are you thinking?
We're
Just
thinking
come over and go thrifting.
Yeah, I want to go find a bins over there so Jesse can experience it, which is my husband. So if we decide to go that way, I will send
let me know.
Instagram.
I was actually talking to Noelle last night about going to visit her. And then as we got off the phone, I realized that I have no winter clothes.
Oh.
She said, we'll go to the bins.
Summer.
No, we'll go. It's a reason to go to the bins. It's right by the airport. So Perfect.
Wait, what is Beth says? Everyone needs to stay away from me. This 4:43 wake up time is getting to me. Oh, are you grumpy because you're waking up early?
Yeah, this time I'm still struggling with the time change. I keep wanting to wake up at 4:45.
Me too.
Instead of 5:45.
I keep wanting to go to bed at 8:00, 7:30.
Yeah.
It gets so dark so fast.
Awesome.
I don't know when.
Oh, sorry. I was just commenting about that. But yeah, the time change always is like, it's tough. And I think it gets harder to deal with the older we get. I used to could adjust to it a lot faster than I can now.
The first kids don't know what to do either.
Well, I have to
earlier.
I walk my dog and walk my animals, my dog and my cat. I usually will walk them like as the sun is going down because I put her in a stroller and then I got him on his leash. And it's kind of difficult. I mean, they're good. They're not too bad, but I don't like to go after dark. Well, 5:30, 6:00, I'm like, crap, I gotta get out there at 4:30. Well, it's too hot at 4:30 still.
Right.
But
Rhonda says she loves the time change. I used to not mind it, but it's both of the last 2 have been a little tougher. This one not as much. The fall, the spring is always tough, but I don't know. It just gets harder the older we get. I wish we didn't have to do it anymore. I hear people say, we don't need it anymore. Why are we still doing it? And yet it's like worldwide. So many places do it. And I guess.
Well, you know what I heard? What I heard was when this could be completely made up. I could have thought this up myself. But the reason why they were doing it, but one thing why they did it is because of the kids going to school early in the morning for, so that it was lighter for buses and whatnot. But I don't know how much sense that makes.
There's still
somebody told me that, and I bought it like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but there is still a short period of time. I forget whether it's in the spring or fall, where kids are still having to get on the bus in the dark.
Yeah.
That. Well, how about Alaska?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the summertime, it's 24 hours almost daylight, and then the winter that is a depressing place, people.
True.
I love it. It's beautiful, but I didn't lose anything there or leave anything. I have to go back. But
Florida saying they're going to get rid of it because of like Walt Disney World and stuff like that, and the amusement parks being able to have people, they want to be there in the daylight, not in the dark.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe one day.
Look what Robert ordered me. Look.
Aw.
Death.
This is from the Instant Flipper.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
So it's sitting here staring at me. Work your death pile. Work your death pile.
Oh man. You know what? I have been so bad the last 2 weeks, and I really need to get on it. There is no excuse for me not to be listing, except for I've been working, but the last couple of days I've had off, I just realized how much I love my bed. Got to watch this murder show. Got to finish up my court cases. They got a couple finishing up, and they're all in Florida. People are going bananas in Florida. What is it? True crime. I don't know the channel that I watch, but it's when they have they have the cameras in the courtroom. Yeah, weirdo.
So you've gotten sucked into watching those.
I'm telling you. Fleeing girlfriend murder is really on it right now.
Oh my goodness.
Well, then what was the other one? I just watched the the skier. I can't remember. But he got found not guilty. Usually everybody I watch is guilty as all hell. It's weird. I like it. I enjoy it. Keeps me doing absolutely nothing else. How about that?
Yeah, I have to keep
crime. That's it.
Of the plush.
Ding! I did a listing. I can't say I didn't accomplish something. I just did a listing while we've been sitting here.
Yay!
Sorry,
a whole sky full of death pile pigs.
I've done 3 cross listings in 2 hours. That's how motivated I am.
Well, I had to go back. I was missing something. So what am I missing?
You guys look at these.
Did you guys see
I have a whole bunch of these.
Did you guys see Beth's dream? Oh, wait, show me what you got.
A whole bunch of these little tiles.
Oh, neat. Where'd you get those?
Did they sell?
No, not yet. I haven't listed them because I don't know what to list them for. But they I was just looking and kind of getting them. Let's see. What does this say? Casa Hugo? If anybody knows.
Nope.
But they're the cutest thing. I have like I was going to say, Rhonda, yeah, I have like 15 of these tiles, and they're all different. One of them is a little broke, but I think they're adorable.
They are.
If I mean, if there were more, I'd probably use them here. But
how many do you have?
Or something. About 15.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
13.
That's very nice.
Have you heard of Curvy Girl Designs?
No, it's done.
Have you heard of Curvy Girl Designs?
What do they make?
Something similar to what she's showing.
Oh.
And they sell new for like $175.
Wow.
So I have 4 of them. So I'm going to try to be listing those. And
Curvy Girl?
Yeah, Curvy Girl Designs.
So, Lori, I just noticed those had cork on the back. Are those meant to be trivets or coasters or what?
Well, they're what you call it, but I would think that
is that a magnet or a sticker?
No, it's like a coaster. But okay. I would think that you could. Yeah, they're not terribly glued on. So I don't know if it's to protect them as well. I don't know. They're.
You could put that in your listing. Not only tile, but
by 2.5
coaster, trivet, that kind of thing.
Because I was thinking, I mean, they're so tiny that I was thinking they wouldn't be a trivet because they're only 2.5, inches. So
But
I mean, that would be.
Yeah.
Can they hang, Lori?
You could
I
glue
mean,
to a wall.
Probably.
Like gluing it?
They don't have hangers on them, but I mean, I would use them on a wall or on a floor.
Gotcha.
Definitely. I thought they were great. But these were some of my finds in the haul, my last haul.
Very cool.
But I keep getting tripped up, guys, because I don't know this stuff. It's like if it was a bag, or shoes or clothes, but I don't know this stuff. So it's really, I get down on myself. I don't want to list it because I don't know what I'm listing. And then I feel like I'm researching way too much,
Do image and see if it can pull up anything.
I did that. Yeah, I've looked high and low. I mean, I've already researched them pretty good. And I kind of have an idea what I want to do, but I figured I would show y'all gals and see if you guys seen anything like that.
They're cute.
That, and then I have all of that Peter Mac stuff that I'm terribly. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. There's a lot of it here, and there's a lot of money sitting here, and I'm so scared that I'm gonna get up, and like not do it justice or sell it right, and how people can be. And I should just ignore it. But I just want to, I want to feel comfortable on what I'm selling too,
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Yep.
Yeah. I got some clothing from a lady at work that was going to take it to Goodwill, and it's all brand new with tags, like $74, $55 for a top. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm not a clothes seller, but I've got like
it's intimidating, right?
Yeah, because I got like Kim Rogers, got the tag hanging off of it. It's brand new, and I'm like, I want to do it justice, but I don't want to sell it, but I don't want to oversell it either. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Right. That's how I am with this stuff. So there is a lot of stuff here still that I've kind of gone through everything that I'm comfortable picking and listings that I know, and I've done really good on that lot. But I need to remember that I need to keep going.
Yeah.
My $750 bears, I was like ready to retire.
Auction. As long as you start really high and see what happens. That's what I do. Start high with an auction, because if it's really worth something, you're going to get your bid. And then after that, then I figure out, okay, back to reality.
Correct.
Pick something. Pick a price, best offer.
And also I'm in some of these groups, like on Facebook. I've joined some of the groups for like Peter Max and stuff. And then I noticed, and there's a Boyd's Bears group too. And they sell stuff on there. Like they'll pop up some pictures and be like, is anybody interested? I have this, or this. So I'm thinking about doing that too on top of the haul sale. I have almost everything ready to go to haul sale, which is a plus. So I haven't been doing nothing. But I mean, to be listed on haul sale. But I was thinking about putting those pictures on the Facebook, on the group, and saying, I have this very large, because I have all those bear stones, guys.
Yeah, because you've got a ready group of collectors right there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So if they, they're all those hard little things, all the little trinket boxes and stuff that I think somebody might want, be interested in, then maybe I can sell it like I sold to Korea, just a big old crap ton of it. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I think I'm just going to hop on there today and make a couple posts, because I read all of the rules for the, for the groups, like selling and what we can list and what we do. It's pretty lenient. There's not a ton of people in them, but all of the posts that go up, there's engagement. People are talking to, So maybe even I could put up the Peter Max stuff and say, hey, is there a collector out there? Because and they are collectors of anything. They're on their stuff. They know. And this lady was a collector, or man, or whatever. you know, if I'd like to find somebody who loved the stuff just as much as she or he did.
Here are the styles that I was talking about, girls. The curvy design. So it says on the back, curly girl design, do not contact with food directly. So here's one.
Neat.
Girly girl?
There's the curvy girl.
Oh, curvy girl.
Curvy girl.
Then there's
Okay, so those have cork too on the back. Oh, cute.
and then the same thing.
Those are nice.
And then this one.
I would think they're probably
What does it say?
meant to
What
be.
does it say at the top?
At the top, if you look, you will find with some certainty that joy is in spaces in between.
Cute.
And then this one,
Those are neat.
same thing. 'Tis the season to be aware of the tiny magic everywhere.
Those are cute.
So, both of you, are y'all selling those as a lot? You putting them together?
I think I'm gonna
I
do
was
it.
thinking about it. I would do those single probably.
I'm gonna do them separate. For
Yeah.
around 100 or so because they sell for about 175, and when I went on there, they're not all available anymore.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh, that's even better. And with what Rebel said, because I don't do auctions. I did auctions one time when I started eBay years ago, and it didn't go so well. But I'm wondering maybe putting it on there for $100 at auction to see what happens. I mean, if there's some that are retired, maybe somebody is looking for that particular one.
Y'all, lesson learned. Do not put curvy girl coaster in a search on eBay.
I just got it too.
Oh, God.
Well, between baby Morgan Freeman and what I'm looking at now, I hope
Holy
nobody looks
cow.
at my search history.
How does eBay let that be on there? How does it? And you can't sell pornography on there, but you can find
Pornography.
weirdness on there. Holy cow.
Didn't they do away with their adult category too?
Yeah.
Weird.
Can't sell adult videos or stuff anymore.
Yeah, but you can still sell sexy stuff. It's just got to be in a certain category, because I know Professor talks about that, and you just got to be careful what it's showing and stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yucky.
Dang.
Okay. So we'll take your word for it, Amy.
When
you're scarred for life. I don't know if I'm going to go get on the paddleboard after this. I might go take a nap. That was rough. Okay. Rhonda says cork on the back is usually a coaster. Hey, Rhonda, what about if they're little baby ones, like 2x2? Is that usually a coaster too? Let me find the back here.
I think those would make a beautiful backsplash.
Right?
You know,
that's what I was
wild,
thinking
but-
too. Mm-hmm.
put that in your
Yeah, use backsplash. I'm thinking they could still use
Oh,
it for
that's
that.
a good sign. Yeah, I could. Good sign. Good sign.
Yeah.
Good keyword.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Well, I
losing
got
it
my
today.
blow molds are down. I took my pictures. So the blow molds, you wouldn't believe. Lori, don't ever say in a video, y'all send me messages to remind me, because I got a million messages to remind me to take the pictures of the daggone blow molds. Oh, it was funny.
How many do you have? Which ones are they?
Yeah. I have the nativity, the Mary, Joseph,
Oh, the nativity.
baby Jesus,
Right.
the cow, and the donkey. So I'm going to list them all each. I think they're anywhere from like 50 and up for the most part each. I've had them for 2 years sitting on a shelf. It's time to go.
I just sold that Machini monkey. Is that how you say him?
Mancini, who? Oh, Munchini. Oh, the
Oh,
little monkey, the little Muncini.
Oh, the
I don't know how to say
Munchie.
that.
Yeah,
Monkey.
Munchie.
Munchie.
I sold one that was in a box that I've had for 3 years, and it just sold on Poshmark to a guy for $48. He's giving it to his wife for her birthday. And that was one that my husband kept saying, I don't know why you still have that. Why don't you just redonate it? And I kept giving off like $20, $15, no takers on anything. And all of a sudden yesterday, I get a thing on Poshmark telling me I have to ship something, and it's that monkey. I'm like, oh my God, it finally sold.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that's the best part about Poshmark is it's easy to just put in a box and send it out.
Yeah,
And right now, this is the time of year nostalgia is selling.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking for nostalgia as Christmas gifts because I just sold a bear. It was a Vermont teddy bear, but it said Winston. I think it was a Vermont teddy bear. It looked like one. Had the word Winston across the shirt, a sweater. And the guy sent me a message that said it's his like anniversary, and he and his wife were married in Winston, Vermont. So, wow. Nostalgia sales.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I love those messages.
I do too. Well, and then it included, please don't put it in a poly bag. Please put it in a box. The tag needs to stay met. All of that too, but that's all right.
Please sing it a lullaby before you put it in the box.
Yeah, it's all right.
Too funny.
Oh, yeah, Delft. Noelle, I lived in Germany, and when I was living there, I started collecting Delft. And I had so much of it when I moved to the States. And I carried it around to all my different bases that I was stationed at. And then I whittled it down till I had my favorites, and I had it in a wall unit on my wall. And one of my boys threw a ball and knocked it off the wall and broke every single piece of it. Oh. So it made me think of that when she said she's doing research on Delft.
Wow.
Oh,
my kids. Boys.
Yeah. Tunnel when I'm researching, and sometimes it's hard to get out. So you gotta be careful.
Yep. I try to force myself. I only spend a few minutes. If I can't get something right away, it goes into the I'll deal with you later pile, which never gets
Well, that's all I have right now. That's all I have is I'll deal with you later. So it's later, Lori.
Later never comes.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I got some really nice Irish wool sweaters to put up too. Those will sell quick, especially right now. Maybe I should save one to bring to Portland with me.
When do you think you're going to go?
I would like to go sooner than later. I want to go before we get busy down here, because around Christmas time, we get slammed busy. I won't have any time, until summer if I wait. So I'm thinking about before Christmas, maybe like right around in there. I always love to go up for Thanksgiving and hang out with her, because we don't do anything for Thanksgiving down here. But I don't know, soon. We both need a pick me up, a friend day.
Yep.
It'll be good for both of us. It's hard when I'm living down here. It's like I don't go anywhere because it's like I don't need to go anywhere to visit. But it does get, repetitive, and I like leaving for a little bit and appreciate my spot. And plus, I haven't seen snow in, I think, 6 years. So why not?
Now, have you two ever met officially?
No, but we talk on the phone, on video chat. Like, you would think we've known each other for 25 years. I love her to death. Love her to death. She is like like I said, I adopted her as a mama a while ago. She's more like a sister. I can tell her anything. She's great. So I'd like to do that. I think that would be awesome to go and check out the bins up there.
She's got amazing bins based on what I see.
Right. And then just check. Like I said, I talked to her on video chat, so I always see all of her projects and stuff from the phone. To go check out her house and stuff. Plus, she's got the coolest crap ever. It would be like,
I know.
I want to go take a tour of her freaking office. Seriously.
Yep.
Is she still on?
All right, ladies, it's that time. 2 hours. I'm starving.
I am hungry too. I need to
Time
eat.
flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
two
show.
listings done, and a third one
Good
started.
girl.
Good.
It was nice meeting you, Amy. Nice meeting you.
Yep.
True. Wonderful being
Too bad
here.
you got to go
See
back
you
to work
around.
tomorrow.
Yes, you guys have to listen in when I'm on my quick lunch for 30 minutes, but that's about all the time I get when you guys are on usually.
Aw.
So just message
Well, thank
me
you for
on
coming on.
Instagram.
Thank you for having me. And Lizzie, I will, once I talk to hubby and find out if he wants to do that, I'll let you know if we're going to head that direction.
Okay, sounds good. It'll be fun.
All right, girls. Well, you take care. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Helping.